Some wrestlers are only in the business for fame and money, but that's not true for the real Kevin Owens. Growing up, watching pro wrestling was his favorite thing to do, and when he got the chance to meet Steve Austin, it was one of the most exciting moments of his life. Over a decade later, they would meet again after Owens signed with WWE. Bayley was a huge wrestling fan growing up. Her favorite wrestler as a teenager was John Cena, whom she met on 2 separate occasions. Bayley isn't just a wrestler who got into the business just for fame and fortune, like many do. Instead, she got into the business because she truly loves it, and her dream of becoming a WWE superstar has finally been realized. Growing up as the daughter of the owner of the biggest wrestling federation ever allowed Stephanie McMahon to hang out with her favorite wrestlers, including Andre the Giant and Dusty Rhodes, who were like family to her. Zack Ryder's favorite wrestler growing up was Razor Ramon. As a kid, Zack jumped at the chance to meet him, took a picture with him. Razor even let Zack put the Intercontinental Championship on his shoulder in the picture. 20 years later, they reunited after Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, and this time, Zack took a picture with Razor Ramon holding the Intercontinental Championship. Every wrestling fan dreams of one day meeting at least one of their favorite WWE superstars, but for Sasha Banks, she got to meet 2 of them. First, John Cena. Then a few years later, Chris Jericho. Sasha had more access to WWE Superstars than the average fan because her uncle is Snoop Dogg, and since he worked with the WWE on several occasions, she was able to live out every wrestling fan's dream. As a teenager, Chris Jericho was a huge wrestling fan, especially when it came to one of his favorite wrestlers, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and once, he even had the honor of meeting him. Jericho met Steamboat at a wrestling convention and took a picture with him. Little did either one of them know that one day they would face off at WrestleMania. Besides being a huge fan of John Cena growing up, Bayley was also a big fan of Bret Hart, who she was lucky enough to meet and get his autograph. Because of how nice John and Bret were to her, Bayley knew that one day she would treat her fans the same way when she made it to the WWE. SummerSlam 2006 featured the much-anticipated matchup between Hulk Hogan and Randy Orton. It was the first time they'd ever met in the ring, but it wasn't the first time they'd met in the WWE. 15 years earlier, a little Hulkamaniac named Randy Orton met his hero, Hulk Hogan. Little did he know that one day he would wrestle his hero in WWE. As a teenager, AJ Lee was a big-time WWE fan, especially of Lita. She got the chance to meet her and she was overcome with emotion, but little did AJ Lee know that she would become one of the most popular WWE female wrestlers of all time, thanks in part to the inspiration she got from Lita growing up. When WWE would come to Chicago in the late 90s, CM Punk was almost always in attendance, and got to meet one of his favorite wrestlers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, on 2 separate occasions. Years later, they would once again reunite, as they both took the stage together to promote the new WWE video game, and in a backstage segment on Raw.